Hi and welcome back to Beeper Bear. Now I'm going to take you on a little walk with me and Bear to the Witch's Woods, and this place is absolutely amazing. I'm really excited to show it you. It's got loads of carvings and I'll tell you a bit more about the story of the place when we get a little bit closer. But I thought I'd do a bit of a different video with you where we go out on a walk, and I'll do more of these when we go to some really cool places in the future. Now these are the fields that I started off metal detecting on with Roy and Andy years and years ago, and it's a beautiful little area, to be fair. It's just outside Barnsley in South Yorkshire in the north of England, and it's somewhere that I often drive up to take Bear for a quick walk. But he loves it wherever we go, but he also loves it when he gets to bounce around in the rapeseed oil plants. He loves it, he really does. But look at those clouds in the background. You can see what's on its way, and why I thought it was a good idea to go out for a walk with the weather coming in, I'm not quite sure, but we had a good time anyway. He was in and out of these flowers and plants over and over again for about 20 minutes, just bedoinging up and down. He absolutely loves running in and out of them. I don't know if there's rabbits and other animals in there as well that he can smell. He definitely does like being in there though. It's so hard to get him away once he's in. I think next time I do anything like this with him, I might stick his GoPro on as well so you can see what's in there, because it'd be a bit strange really to see what's in the flowers and plants, because I don't normally get to see that, so it'd be weird for me as well. But we'll try it next time. Now at this point he started to look round quite a lot, which usually means there's somebody or something about. So I thought, right, that's it, definitely going to grab him and stick him on the lead before. And just as I did, I noticed a couple of people coming from the opposite direction, and it is such a good job I managed to get him on the lead, because they had a couple of terriers as well, and he was trying his hardest to rip their faces off as usual. But to be fair, they said that their dogs were exactly the same. They were like not fighting dogs, but they would get into a scrap with another dog if possible, and that was it. And he'd noticed them, and he actually was quite good for a change. He did drag a little bit, but he wasn't making stupid noises and trying to get to him. He was just bouncing. Look at him bouncing about. He was an idiot. Oh yeah, they had a terrier and a greyhound, I think, or maybe a whippet. Can't remember really, but they were really nice people, and like I said, they really liked him. They thought he was really cute, and one of theirs was a Patterdale Terrier, a little bit like him as well. As soon as they were out of sight, he was back off the lead and we were heading off. But look at the clouds. There was a few spots of rain, and the rain was going to come down really bad. We went off onto the road, and you can't really see it, but the rain did definitely start to come down. I started to get wet, and yeah, there you can see it now. Started to really bang down. We got into Witch's Woods. It started to look a little bit creepy because the rain was coming down as well. A bit foggy, but I was getting drenched. Look at my hair. You know I like to keep my hair all nice, and it was just a bit flat and a mess. And then Bear decided he was going to jump down off a little mini cliff and go and look for something. There was something he wanted. He saw a duck fly off, and he thought, right, I'm going to go and have a look down where that duck was. And I couldn't really get down because it was too slippy and horrible, and I would have ended up on my arse. So I thought, I'll leave him to it and then I'll get him to come back up. But could he get back up? Could he heck? He was stuck down there for ages and ages, sniffing about and really worryingly getting close to the edge of the next bit of cliff that was about a 15-foot drop, which wouldn't have been great if he'd fallen off the edge. Now, Rachel makes fun of me all the time for having short arms. She says my arms are really short. And Bear is very similar to me because he's got very short legs. I think it's like an owner dog kind of thing. His legs are far too short for his body, and he's struggling to get back up there again. Absolute nightmare. Just sort of trying to, and his big fat belly keeps getting stuck on the edge. He's an absolute pain sometimes, because I know for a fact at some point I have now got to climb down there and go and get him. But he'll try, he keeps trying, and then gets fed up again and decides to go and look for whatever it was he was looking for in the first place. And then he seemed to find what he was looking for, and it took me a while to work out what it was. But if you look very carefully through the leaves, you can see an egg, and it was a nest from the duck, and it was full of eggs. And that's why he went down, and I expected him to sort of try and bite them or pick them up or do something to them, but he didn't. He just kept sniffing them. He kept having a quick look and having a quick sniff, and he really liked them. I don't really know what else to say though, really. He just went down to have a quick look. But yeah, you can just about see one. Oh no, his head's in the way now. I'll show you in a minute. I can probably get up closer and show you in a minute. Now, at this point, I really did start to panic because he was getting extremely close to the edge of that bit of cliff, and I kept not being able to see him. He was behind things, and the leaves were so slippy that his feet kept slipping off behind him. So that was it. The bear rescue mission had to be completed. Me in my running shoes, because I had all the intentions of going on a run and ended up going for a walk. But yeah, look, slipping all over the place. I cut my leg to shreds. I'm going for a tattoo on the back of my leg this week coming. So wasn't the best thing ever. I've now got to heal very fast in order to get my tattoo that I wanted to have done in the place I wanted it doing. And it's all Bear's fault for being nosy and adventurous just like he is, but I wouldn't want him any other way. I'm so surprised I didn't roll down this hill and end off the cliff myself, because there's the edge of it, look. That's where he was going to go off. And look how close he is to the edge. It's not that I don't trust him, because he's a terrier and he is good at these sorts of things, but it only takes one slip. And actually, when he was a puppy, he fell off a similar cliff and landed on his back, and he was absolutely fine. But now he's a bit bigger, I have a feeling he would probably hurt himself, which would be terrible. I think there'd be a lot of sad people out there, including every single one of you. And here's those eggs, look, close up. I don't know how many there were in there. I didn't want to disturb them. I put him back up. He looked very sorry for himself because he knew he was in trouble, and then he just decided to wander off up the hill again, and I had to make my way back up. And here we go. Can I get up without killing myself? Probably not. There we go. We get to find some way of pushing myself up. I'm not the youngest of men anymore, so it isn't always the easiest to get my big fat butt up hills, but I managed to do it. Straddling all the way up, you almost get to see my balls hanging out the bottom of my shorts, which nobody wants to see. And yeah, some mucky legs later, we're up on top, and you can see the sorts of drops that he could have gone off at this point. It wouldn't have been nice. He would have probably broken a leg or worse, and it would have been terrible. But this is the bit I wanted to take you down to show you. And I've decided I'm going home now. I am not going down to those carvings. That will have to be another day. I'm wet, I'm muddy, I'm tired, and Bear's in trouble. So I'll try and show you a couple of the faces from here, but I'll take you back another day. So all across the hills opposite, the banking opposite, are carvings of little faces, and I don't know if you can spot this. There's one just in the middle of your screen there, and there is a couple more that you can see, but the best ones are underneath me, so you can't actually see them properly, and it is such a spooky place. But anyway, we've headed back, we're at home, and we'll see you next time.